Welcome to a Greater You show here on IntellectualRadio.com, and I'm your host, Dr. Anthony Gantt here. We are an iHeart station, again, IntellectualRadio.com. Anywhere you get your podcast, you can also find us there, Spreaker, obviously on YouTube. Anywhere you get your podcast, you can hear our shows. We have shows here Sunday through Saturday, mornings, afternoons, and evenings. A lot of great shows. We have relationship shows, religious shows, comedy shows, entertainment shows, educational shows, coaching shows. We have spiritual shows, fitness shows, community activist shows. So we have a lot of good shows here at Intellectual Radio that you can actually be a partaker of. And if you'd be so kind, if you're new to me and if you haven't done this already, if you can go to IntellectualRadio.com on YouTube, hit the subscribe button there and also hit the bell so you can be notified of all the shows we have going on here Sunday through Saturday. So we are the station that feeds your brain. So I'm going to do my part this evening and helping feed your brain. So, see what I can do in that process. So, but before I get started, I'm going to promote someone in regards to their business. And if you'd like to get promoted on any of the shows that I have here on IntellectualRadio.com, you can get in touch with me at fullofpurposemedia@gmail.com. And then I'll get you some information over and we can talk about the possibility of that happening for you and see if my show fit what you have going on and see if what you have going on fit the show that I do. So tonight we're going to promote a person named Miss Pamela Denise. And whether you are a first-time home buyer, an investor looking to build your portfolio, or you're purchasing your dream home, Pamela Denise at Exception Realty is who you need to call. She has 24 years of experience and a team that is ready, willing, and very capable to assist in all of your real estate needs. You will also get a free consultation by mentioning you heard about Pamela Denise on a Greater Youth show here on IntellectualRadio.com and iHeart Station with the host, Dr. Anthony Gantt. For more information, you can contact Ms. Pamela Denise at 773-447-8546. That's 773-447-8546. Or info@keepitmoving.us. Again, that's info, I-N-F-O, at keep, K-E-E-P, I-T as in Tom, M-O-V as in Victor, I-N-G as in great, .us. And you can contact her and she can help you with your real estate needs or what you're trying to do. If you're trying to add more properties to your portfolio, if you're trying to downsize, something smaller, or you're trying to relocate, she can help you with all those different things and connect you with the right people as well. So if you are new to me, again, this is a Greater Youth show. This is a self-help show, self-help class, self-help coaching session, kind of all wrapped into one, self-help book club. And we always we talk about a certain topic, and then that topic is based on one of the books that I've written on that topic. And today, in this series, we are in How to Be in Healthy Relationships, Part 3, from the book, based on the book, It's Great. Again, how 7 Pillars to Having a Healthy Relationship. So we have to discuss quite a few things. And if you are new to me, I always do a recap of the show to kind of catch you up and get you up to speed of where we are and what we're going to go into for this particular show. So in session 1, we came from lesson 1 in the book, and we talked about being in a relationship. And if you're not in a healthy relationship, then you're not in a great relationship at all. And if the relationship is not great, then it's probably gruesome. You're not gruesome, or the other person isn't. Just two unhealthy people can't be in a healthy relationship. So we also talked about the first 4 letters in the word health is H-E-A-L, heal. So you can't get the health unless you get the heal. So, we're bringing something to the relationship. All of us are, you, me, everyone bringing something to a relationship. And those 2 things we're bringing are healing and hurt. All of us have been hurt by someone. All of us have hurt someone. All of us have been healed by someone, and all of us healed someone. So, but if you don't know that you should be in a healthy relationship, most of the time, you're just going to bring all your hurt to the relationship. And if all you're bringing is all your hurt to the relationship, you're going to hurt the person that you're in a relationship with. And that's why the relationship will be unhealthy. So we talked about bringing it in. So what you're bringing in is what someone is carrying away with them. So if you bring in nothing but hurt, they're going to carry that away with them when they're not with you. So you want to ask yourself, what do you want to give people to carry away with them when they're not with you? Now, you don't have anything. You can't control what someone gives you to carry. You can't control what you give someone else to carry. However, you want to be around healthy people so they can give you some health so you can carry it because you have been hurt. And a lot of people say, no, I haven't been hurt. Yeah, we all have. Being on this planet, that's one of the things. That's not trying to sound negative. It's just reality. And that means that we all can be healed too. And that means that we, some people say, well, no, I haven't been hurt. I know God. And that's wonderful. God has never hurt you. He's never hurt me, but people have. People have hurt me. Right. So if a person has hurt me, there's people on the planet that can help heal me. Right. So and God will orchestrate that, so to speak. So I'm no theologian, so I'm not trying to go there. However, just trying to be a realistic person with you in regard that you can be healed if you become first focused on becoming a healthy person, then focus on getting with healthy people. So that's pretty much what we talked about. Talked about the word relationship is the word relate. In the Latin, the word relate is re means back and again, and late means to carry or to bear. So that's why when you're in a relationship, you're going to carry people whether you're thinking about it or not. You're going to carry them whether you even try to or not. Just because you're in a relationship with them, you're going to carry them. This is why we can be happy about someone that's 1,000 miles away. And this is why we can be upset with someone that's 1,000 miles away, because we're carrying them with us when we're not with them. So session 2, we kind of came from the lesson 5 in the book, and we kind of talked about what's your function, that you have functions in the relationship. And we talked about not function like who do the laundry, who's cooking dinner, who paid the light bill, who paid the house note, not those type of functions. But you are responsible for being in a functional relationship. And if you're not in a healthy relationship, you're going to be in an unhealthy relationship or a malfunctioning or dysfunctioning relationship. And if dysfunction means not function, meaning the relationship, or a malfunctioning or dysfunctioning relationship. And if dysfunction means not function, meaning that it doesn't function well. Well, the word healthy or actually means, or unhealthy is means not, and healthy means well. So in actuality, when you're unhealthy, you're not well. Well, if you're not well, then that means that something is dysfunctional. It's not functioning well. So a lot of us don't function well, but then we get in a relationship to help other people not function well too, right? Healthy relationships and dysfunctional relationship, because what ends up happening, we become toxic people. And then we bring all this poison when we should be bringing healing and be a repair person. So when we become a healthy person and focus on becoming a healthy person, we bring a repair person to the relationship, or a medicine person to help heal the person that we're in relationship with. And hopefully they're doing the same with us. And so that's pretty much what we talked about with that sense. So now we're in part 3, and we're going to go over a few things on how to actually do some things as far as to help the relationship get healthier. That's what this is all about, to help you become a healthier person and also help you get into a healthy relationship. So keep this in mind. People can only give you what they have. If they don't have it, they can't give it. If you don't have it, you can't give it. And you're going to only give what you have, and you're going to get what you have in a generous amount. So in order for you to give health to someone, you have to get health for yourself so you can help yourself become healthy, and then you can help other people become healthy too. But, it was a statement back in the past, from if you want to say from the streets or from the hood or whatever, and they say something like game recognize game, right? Some people in athletics say the same thing. And sometimes it's used as a negative connotation, but it's not always negative. The truth is healthy recognize healthy. However, unhealthy recognize unhealthy too, right? And unhealthy people, and I know at one time in my life, I was notorious for getting in unhealthy relationships, and I couldn't blame anybody else, like it's her fault, and then her fault, and her fault, and her fault. I couldn't do that because the common denominator was me. I was in all those unhealthy relationships, so it couldn't have been their fault. It had to be my fault because I was the common denominator. I could not change them, but I could change me. I could not make other people healthy per se, but I could make me healthy and then put myself in a healthy position so I can recognize game or recognize health when I see it. See, when you're unhealthy all your life, so to speak, you don't know what health looks like. You're not healthy. All the people you chose not healthy. The mama wasn't healthy. Daddy wasn't healthy. Grandma wasn't healthy. Granddaddy wasn't healthy. So you don't even know what health looked like in most cases, right? So when health step into your life, you don't even know what it looks like. You almost look at it suspect, like what you trying to get out of me. So when we're so unhealthy, we just look for unhealthy people. So I pose this challenge for you when you get a chance. When people say, "What you bringing to the table? What you bringing to the table?" And people say, "I'm bringing my good credit. I'm bringing my looks. Look how fine I am, right? I'm bringing my money. I'm bringing look at that big old house I have. Look at all the people I know. Look, you see that fancy car I have. This is what they say they bring into the relationship." And the reality is, most people don't realize they bring in. Very few people say, "I'm bringing an emotional, healthy person to the relationship." I'm bringing a mentally healthy person into the relationship. We don't even ask, all right, hey, are you bringing an emotionally healthy person to the relationship or a mentally healthy person? We don't even ask. We don't even look for it. We say, "What's your credit score? Are you 800? Okay. Are you a 299? Oh, I can't mess with you. Your credit too bad. How long you been on your job? 5 years? Oh, how long you been on your job? 25 years? Ooh, you a good catch. What type of car you have? Right? Ooh, girl, you got a nice body." Well, all these different things, and this is what we gauge our criteria on getting in relationships. And we never put in the fact that most of us, and if you go ask 10 of your friends, hey, because everybody think they're a good man or a good woman. Everybody think that, right? I'm a good man. I'm a good woman. I'm a good. Everybody think that about themselves, and that's not saying they're not good people. Very few of us say I'm a healthy man. I'm a healthy woman, right? Unless they talking about physical, right? Their body, but we're not talking about that. So if you ask 10 of your friends, right, relatives, hey, what are you bringing to the table? What are you bringing to that relationship? And they'll tell you all these outside things, and very few people would say, I'm bringing a healthy person emotionally and mentally to the relationship. And if you ask me, what do you want somebody to bring to the relationship? They got to have a good job now. They have to do this. They got to go to church, all these different things. And very seldom do we put an emotional, healthy person on the list that I need that in my life. We don't even put that on the list. So it bears the difference that how you going to get a healthy, emotional, healthy person in your life if you never put that on the list and if you never become that yourself. If you never become an emotionally healthy person yourself, how are you going to make that something on the list? You're not going to put on the list because it's not important to you. But then we get what people say, man, all those men crazy, all those women crazy. Well, I don't know if all of them are because I don't know all of them, right? But maybe the 5 that you had might have been emotionally unhealthy, right? May have been mentally unhealthy. And maybe you were emotionally unhealthy and maybe you mentally unhealthy too, because you never took the time to work on yourself to be a healthy person. So focusing on being a healthy person is important because you're going to give away what you have in a generous amount. And if you have a bunch of anger, unhealthiness, rudeness, all these different things, you're going to give that away without even thinking about it, right? You're going to give it to everybody. You're going to give it to mama. You're going to give it to dad. You're going to give it to sister, brother, best friend, husband, wife, girlfriend, boyfriend, fiance. You're going to just give it away because you can only give what you have. And if you don't have no healing, here's the reality. Why should somebody be with you? Because you're not the first person they probably met. Now, if you're 16, 17 years old, and I applaud those people that meet their soulmate and all that, and they meet them in high school. They met them when they were 8 years old, and they grew up together, and they got married at 19, and they've been married for 20, 30, 40 years. I applaud you. That's wonderful. However, that's not everybody's story, right? Everybody don't have that story that I met my husband or wife in 4th grade, and we was friends since 4th grade and got married at 19, and now we're 55, and we've been married, 30-something years. Everybody don't have that story. Here's the story that a lot of us have. I had few boyfriends, few girlfriends, been married a couple of times, been engaged a few times, been in and out of relationships. That's what you may meet at 35, 40, 45, 50 years old. So these people have been through some things and they have been damaged by some unhealthy people in their life. They've been damaged by some unhealthy situations in their life, right? So here you coming on in their life. Can you help heal that person? That's what the question we need to ask ourselves when we step in a relationship. Can I help heal them? And for some of us, if we be very honest, the answer will be no, you can't, right? Not because something wrong with you, because you haven't taken the time to heal yourself. So how are you going to give a healing to somebody else when you haven't taken the time to heal you and you with you every day? So have you ever got to a point in relationships? And a lot of people have. You say you want to get in a relationship. Said, no more relationships. I'm just going to be by myself. I can't take no more of those relationships. It's too much work. Don't want none of that. So here's the reality. Being in unhealthy relationships is a lot of work with a little return, right? A good return. And being in healthy relationships, it's a lot of work with a good return. You get a big return, right? So being in healthy relationships, yeah, you still have to work just like you have to work with unhealthy relationships, but the return of you being a healed person coming back to you is much bigger than being in an unhealthy relationship and you get no return out of it. So this is why a lot of people feel drained. They don't want nothing else to do with relationship. Forget it. I'm just going to be by myself. I know I'm only 25 years old. Forget it. No more relationships for me, right? And if they 45 years old, that's it. I'm not dealing with nobody else. And sometimes people say, you know what? I'm not even dealing with the same gender no more. They say, man, they're going to deal with, I'm not dealing with women no more. They're going to deal with men. A woman said, I'm not dealing with no man no more. I'm just going to deal with women. And then you go check on them 5-10 years later. They didn't have 5 same gender relationships, 8 same gender relationships. Say, wait a minute. I thought your problem was solved when you got the same gender. The reason being, unhealthiness does not matter what type of relationship you get into it. If it's unhealthy, whether you get with an old person, young person, same gender person, same color, same religion, all that. If y'all unhealthy, you're going to have an unhealthy relationship. That's it. That's all. If you are healthy, you have a healthy relationship. So you changing. I'm not dealing with people in this race anymore. I'm black. I'm not dealing with nobody that's black. I'm dealing with people white. I'm not dealing with people that's Hispanic. I'm not. See, you go through all that different stuff, and then you find you had 5 Caucasian people, right? Because you just said, I'm going to step on the other side because all the black men just make me sick, right? But then how come you in divorce court again? With the Caucasian, with the Asian, with the Arab, with whoever else you with. You know why? Because you took unhealthy you to another race and you got the same result because you got the same unhealthiness. So when you get healthy, now you can start identifying healthy people and you can identify unhealthy people. However, when you're unhealthy, you really can't identify healthy people very well because your whole world is being blurred by all your unhealthiness. So that means you're operating by your hurt. I'm never going to buy a man another pair of shoes. I'm not going to ever pay a woman's rent anymore. I'm never going to do all these different things because you've been hurt. And now that hurt has you saying you're not going to do anything good. Anytime you get into relationships and after you're in them and you say you're not going to do something good for somebody else, you are being directed by your hurts. You're not being directed by healing. When you say, hey, you know what? I'm not going to do this on the first date anymore. I'm not going to ever help anybody, ever open up the door for anybody anymore. And the reason why, because your last girlfriend or wife or everything slapped you. And then when you open up the door, whatever, right? So now you're not going to do it because it reminds you of her, right? Well, if that's the way you act, then you're operating by your hurts. You're not operating by your healing. So if you're operating by your hurt, guess what you bring into the relationship? Your hurts are going to be on full display. You know, you're going to slam the door on people, right? You're going to do all type of stuff because of the fact your hurts are on display. So when your hurts are on display and you realize that when you deal with unhealthy people, it's going to take your health away. Your emotional health will be taken away by dealing with unhealthy people. Your mental health will be taken away by dealing with unhealthy people. Now, here's the other thing. If you're unhealthy, you're taking health away from other people. You're taking their emotional health away from them. You're taking their mental health away from them. This is why when we get out of these relationships, or even when we're in unhealthy relationships, we feel so drained. Don't know why we so tired. Can't move off the couch. Can't just, I don't know what's going on with me. I just seem like I'm just out of it. That's what happened when you get with unhealthy people and you're involved with unhealthy relationships, or you're an unhealthy person involved with an unhealthy relationship. It will take your health away. And eventually this is going to end up being physical, taking your physical health away. So here's some things that we need, right? Oh, I said a whole lot, right? I guess I got a lot to say. Okay, so here you go. One thing that we all need in relationships, and then when you're in a healthy relationship, you should get this. We all need help. You need help. I need help. Everybody need help. Now, see, a lot of us walk on around the planet like we don't need any help. I don't need no help. I don't need no help, right? And the reason why we act that way, because we've been hurt before by somebody might have helped us, gave us $5 one time, and then start talking about how bad we were because we needed $5. So, you know what we said? I'm never going to ask another person for help ever again. That's all right. If I got to starve, I'm not asking anybody. Now, we don't come to the conclusion, maybe I won't ask that person again. But I'm not going to starve because I got too much pride. Now, this was the problem that I had in life because I needed help and I wouldn't ask for it, right? And, because I got hurt, people, you ask for help and everything, then they start tripping with you, right? So I said to myself, I'm not asking anybody else for no help. If I can't get it myself, I'm not going to. If I can't do it myself. And what happened was, I got a lot of stuff done, but at the same time, I could have got stuff done a little bit faster if I went on and asked for help. Because if you're good at not asking for help, that means you're even worse at receiving it, right? So it took me a while to get better at receiving help because I've been hurt by people that had helped me, and then they went out there and said something derogatory about me. So again, I made up my mind. That's okay. I'm not going to ask them for help anymore. I didn't say I'm not going to ask them for help anymore. I'm not going to ask anybody. I put the whole world in the same pot as that one person. And then I end up going to one relationship to another, not asking for help, not trying to receive any help, didn't expect any help because I didn't want you to try to hurt me like the last person. So see, that means I was operating by my hurts. I wasn't operating by my healing. As I got better at healing myself, I was better at receiving help from other people too. Right. So it wasn't as bad because, when you need help, you need help. And I used the example of you having functions in a relationship. You're a doctor, nurse, and a patient. See, you can be a heart surgeon, a literal heart surgeon, and you can be good at it, the top in the world. If you need heart surgery, you can't do heart surgery yourself. You got to jump on the table and let somebody else do heart surgery. See, that's the same thing in life. You're going to need somebody to help you. And see, if you're not helping people, and the major help that you and I need in relationships, we need people to help us be healthier. We need people to help us get healthier. We need help people to help us get healed. Because some things you can't do on your own, you're going to need somebody to help you get it done. That's why you are a patient. Because you are patient and you're on the table being operated on. so that you can get healed from some of the hurts that you have that you've been carrying around for 5, 10, 15, 20 years, right? So that's something that you need. And if you're not helping people get healed, then you're probably in the way or hindering them from becoming healed. Some people, when people are unhealthy, they don't want the other person that they with to become healed. I know that sounds wrong. Like, no, that can't be true. Yeah, there'll be a hindrance to them. They'll put stumbling blocks in the way. They'll make it harder. And when people start hindering people from becoming healed, they're unhealthy people. And now what they'll do is frustrate people on purpose. They'll irritate people on purpose. Why? Because they're unhealthy people. And here's what we have. We have a bunch of people in relationships, and they're in these frustrating relationships because they're being hindered from being healed, and they're dragging around all this hurt, and the hurt just gets more damaging for them. See, hurt don't go away unless it's healed. If you never heal it, it never goes anywhere. As a matter of fact, what it does, it doesn't go anywhere. It just grows and grow bigger in your life. And the more, let's look at this as, for an example, of a physical ailment. If you have a physical ailment and you can't get around, then it hinders your life because you can't do some of the things you could do before because you have been hindered because of the fact that you can't move your leg or whatever it may be. Until that leg get healed or get healthier, then you can move it around more, that arm or whatever it is. But if it doesn't get healed, then next thing you know, the lower part of your leg was hurting, now the whole leg hurting, thigh and calf, right? Then next thing you know, your hip hurting too. Then next thing you know, the sides start hurting because it never got healed. If you never get properly healed, get the medicine, then you won't actually be able to walk on that leg at all anymore, right? But it's the same thing that happens in life. If you don't get around healthy people, you don't become a healthy person yourself and get around healthy people, you're not going to get healed from some of the hurts that have happened in your life, right? And this doesn't mean you had a bad life. This doesn't mean something happened to you at 10 years old. But the reality is we are dealing with people every day. Mama may not have been that healthy, right? Daddy may not have been that healthy. And they may have damaged you, right? Brother and sister and all these things may not have been that healthy. They may have talked about the fact that you fat, and you might have a nickname called Fatty, right? Or you may have a nickname called Skinny Girl, right? That may be your nickname growing up because everybody called you Bones because you were skinny, right? But see, that hurt your feelings. But you didn't, after people call you Bones for 10 years or Skinny Mini or whatever, you look like the pole over there, right? When people start calling you that, you get used to it. You start telling everybody, hey, my nickname's Skin, right? What Skin? Well, because I'm skinny, right? So now you go around through life, and if anybody says something about, girl, you need some meat on your bones, oh, you mad. You ready to go back at them. Oh, shut up with your fat self. So you ready to argue. Why? Because you're still sensitive to the touch. But you won't admit that. Because you know what? You're 35 years old now. That stuff happened when I was 12. I'm good. But some things happened last year. The guy didn't want to be with you because you didn't have enough booty, right? So you say, oh, no, well, forget you. That's why you broke. See, you ready to attack again because that bothers you, right? So now that's why we got to go out here and get all these type of assistance so we can look different, right? So we can have this extra stuff so we can look different. It's not saying it's right or wrong, but we got to realize that we've been hurt by some things and we got to get healed by them. This is why healthy relationships are so important because you need someone to come in and help heal you from some of the hurts that you have gone through. So you need help and you need to make sure you become healthy so you won't hinder anybody from help. And then here's what happens. Here's the reality. When you deal with healthy people, what they'll do, they'll make your life easier by taking some of these obstacles out of your way. Unhealthy people will help your life become harder by putting obstacles in your way. And if you're an unhealthy person, you will make it harder for people too. For some reason, some people say, I got to make it harder for them. Well, why you got to make it harder for them? Oh, I know why you have to, because you're unhealthy, and that's what unhealthy people do. They make things harder for people because they're afraid to make things easier for people. Not like it's easy, but can you get that big old tree out the middle of the road for me? Don't throw another tree out there and say, well, let me put another tree stuff out there so you can really have a hard time trying to get past this road. No, why don't you show me a way and move it out the road for me or get it out the way so I can get by? This is what we need to do when you become healthy people. So if you don't realize in life that you need some help, then you're going to go around here just living in your hurt. I remember one time, I can laugh at it now. I can laugh at it then. But I remember one time I said, well, I don't want the same person. I'm not going to allow the same person to hurt me the same way. I'm just going to get rid of that person and give me another person. And I don't mind another person hurting me the same way the other person hurt me. What type of logic did that make? Made no sense whatsoever. But because when you hurt, see, you can't slap me. You slapped me once. So I'm going to it's okay. I don't mind being slapped. I'm going to go over here and let this other person slap me again. So that means it's a new slap by a new hand. But you still got hit upside the head. But it's okay. I don't mind getting hit upside the head because that's what I'm cool at. As long as it wasn't the same person that hit me once. So I just went from relationship to relationship being verbally abused. Right? And here's something for you. People that abuse people are bruised people. People that are emotionally bruised will abuse other people. Verbally, they abuse other people emotionally. They abuse other people spiritually. They abuse other people physically because they're bruised people themselves. Because you can only give what you have. And if you have all this bruising on your emotions, all this bruising on your mentality, well, you have to abuse somebody. And guess what? That person in a relationship looked like a good person to do, right? Because of the fact that how you do yourself is how you're going to do other people. So you have to realize that you need some help. You got to have some help. And when people help you in a relationship, because I was notorious for this. Someone wanted to help me. I said, no, I'm good. I'm good. No. Now, keep in mind, I'm in a relationship. No, I don't need your help. I'm good. But when people don't have an opportunity to help you, they don't feel useful to you or useful to the relationship. So I had to realize, unfortunately, I was making people feel like they weren't useful to me, right? See, and now when you start allowing people to help you, they feel like they feel useful to you and they feel useful to the relationship. Everybody want to feel useful to the person they're in a relationship with. Now, if you never give them any help and this person is giving you all the help, it won't be long for the person feel like they're being used by you, not feeling useful. They feel like they're being used now. Now they're going to start resenting you because they trying to be useful, but you just using them because of the fact that you never given any help at all. So this is what happens when we unhealthy. We start using people. But when we get healthy, we start being useful to people and allow people to be useful to us as well. Why? Because I need help. You need help. Everybody need help. I don't care how much money you have in the bank. I don't care how much, what type of clothes you wear, what type of car you have, what neighborhood you live in. You need some help emotionally. You need some help mentally. And because a lot of us don't go seek it out, now at this day and age, more people are seeking out help. It is too many coaches and too many therapists and psychiatrists and all these. It's too much help out here not to use any of it. It's too many people out here ready, willing, and able to help you. Now, can every person help you? No, of course not. But it's too many people out here that's available and accessible for none of us to call on. So you're not going to get help from your special person that you're in relationship with. You're not going, half your friends are unhealthy just like you. And you're not going to see a therapist because there ain't nothing wrong with you. You're going to say, I'm crazy seeing a therapist. Not realizing the word therapist, the word therapy actually mean in the original language, it means healing. Who in the world would run away from your healing? I'm not going to go see a healing because you think I'm crazy. Huh? Therapists mean healing. You and I need to get help. So if now this don't mean that just because you're in a relationship, you are a therapist, but you should have a couple of tools. Maybe you read a book. Maybe you went to a conference. Maybe you've seen a therapist yourself, seen a counselor yourself. Maybe you got help yourself. So you help yourself so you can help the other person that you're in a relationship with. But when you don't go get any help from anybody, you run around here on this planet, think you got it all together all the time, and you don't need no help. Then you want to say, I'm trying to look for the perfect woman or the perfect man. Yeah, and then you get in there and you abuse them because you are bruised because you haven't gotten healed. So now you're making people feel smaller, not taller. Why? Because you are being rough with them. You're being real bad and negative with them because of the fact that you hurt and you don't want to get healed. So you don't want to get no healing from the person you with. And if the person you with said, you know what, here's a good book. Let's go see a counselor. Or maybe you need to go see a counselor. Ain't nothing wrong with me. Something wrong with you. Nothing wrong with me. I'm straight. You the one something wrong with. Look at how much money you got in the bank. $5. See, something wrong with you. I got more than $5. I mean, look at you. Something wrong with you. How many degrees you have? None. See, something wrong with you. Nothing wrong with me. And this is how we walk through life. So we verbally abuse people. And then don't let us get positions now. Don't let us become the pastor or the boss or the supervisor or even the parent. Don't let us get some positions. Oh, we really let you have it then. We really let you know how stupid you are. See, because we got positions, we got power now. So we're going to let you know how stupid you are, how dumb you are, and all these different things. And don't realize all we doing is abusing people in the content, in the process. So you need help. Something else you need is from people. Now you got to be able to help yourself so you can help other people. But something else you need to have. You need to have this now. You need to have some encouragement. You need encouragement. I need encouragement. We all need encouragement. There's not a person on the planet that does not need encouragement. But here's the thing. It's a lot of people in relationships that's not getting any encouragement from the person they're in a relationship with. You sleeping with people, eating with people. Well, you might be sleeping with people. You might not. Some people in all these raggedy relationships, they ain't sleeping with folks. But we're going to say you sleeping with people. You sleeping with and not getting any encouragement. No encouragement whatsoever. This is why so many people feel like when they get in relationships, especially unhealthy relationships, you always retreating, always going backwards, always scared to do stuff. You know why? Because you're not getting any encouragement so you can move forward. The word encouragement means encourage means en means add or to, and obviously courage. So here's what encouragement really is. Courage is adding. For instance, if I'm encouraging you, I'm adding to your courage. I'm giving you some of my courage to give to you so you can to your courage. In other words, I'm giving you some of my heart so we can put in your heart. You know why? Because right now your heart is weak, right? So people say, well, there's no such thing as fear. I tell them that's wrong. If there's no such thing as fear, there's no such thing as courage, right? Courage is only needed when fear is present. See, a lot of us are afraid to open up a business because we don't have enough courage. And we with people, I want to open up my cupcake shop. I've been talking to your husband and wife for like last 10 years. Still haven't done it. You know why? You can't open up no cupcake shop. Nobody gonna eat no cupcakes. Nobody gonna spend no money for no cupcakes. Who want to buy cupcakes? You can't buy spend no cupcake. Yeah, your cupcake tastes okay, but who gonna spend money? So now you get your fear has gotten bigger because people gonna either feed your fear or they're gonna feed your courage. Now, if they feed your courage, the reason why you need encouragement, added courage, because your courage is right now is too small and your fear is kicking your butt. So when your special person give you some courage, you got 2 parts courage to 1 part fear. This is what I mean by you start advancing in life. When you get with healthy people in your life and you stick healthy people in your life, you will start advancing in many areas of your life because of the fact that you have more courage to get past the fears you have, get past the doubts you have, get past some of these unknowns you have because you have some courage to make it forward, to take another step. Well, if you don't have any encouragement, you're going to think everything you think of is a bad idea, right? It's a few people, don't get me wrong, it's a few people on the planet, they can just go do it. I've done quite a few things as a single person, right? I could have done a whole lot more by being encouraged by somebody else, right? But by myself, I've done some things, right? But I know I could have done even more if I got around someone to encourage me. So that's why when I started focusing on being a healthy person, I made sure that if you was in my space, I was going to try to encourage you. Yeah, try to get the promotion at the job. Yeah, go out there and try to buy the house, open up the business, whatever, right? Why? Because you need to go forth. You need to have some courage in your life. Courage is like when you get around encouraging people, they're like the sun shining on a cloudy day. And when you're around unhealthy people, they are discouraging people, and they're like the clouds or rain on a sunny day. They can always show you where the clouds are when you're around discouraging people. Look, there's a cloud way over there. It's a sunny day. But when you get around encouraging people, say, man, it's raining, it's cloudy, but they say, the sun come out tomorrow, the sun's still out. Hey, they say, let's still move forward. This is something you need. You need encouragement because when you've been hurt and everything, sometimes you don't think you can get past 16. I know you're 46 now, but you haven't got past 16 years old in 30 years. You know why? You haven't been around people to encourage you to do so. So now you're doing a bunch of things that might not be good to yourself or for yourself because of the fact that you haven't been encouraged. How come you won't go out there and do something else in life? Because you don't feel like you're encouraged. Encouragement is comfort. You are comforting people when you encourage them. You helping them beat up on their fears. And sometimes things in life happen, right? It don't have anything to do with you in the relationship. Man, sometimes people can pass away. A mom, a dad, a aunt, a grandma, and everything. And, that person can lose their job. And they need some comforting or some encouragement. They need some hope. And if you're not a hopeful person because you're not a healthy person, how are you going to provide some hope to another person you're in a relationship with? You know what you're going to bring? You're going to bring a bunch of hopelessness. Well, I told you never get the job. I told you they don't like women, right? I told you black folks can't get it, right? And now I'm not saying things aren't obstacles, but when you around some person you call your special person you're in a relationship with, I should think that I should be able to touch the sky, right? I should think that, whoa, what star you want out the sky? I think I can get it. This is what we need to be when we're around healthy people. But you know what? Most of us don't feel like we can get off the ground. You know why? Because we're around discouraging people. What does discourage? This means not courage. They're not going to give you any encouragement. They're not going to add any courage to your courage. They're going to add doubt to your courage. That's why people get in relationships and they doubt themselves a whole lot. And so they doubt themselves a whole lot. Okay, so they doubt themselves a whole lot. Then what ends up happening, they put themselves in unhealthy situations and stay in unhealthy relationships far too long. So that's something that you need to have. You need to have some encouragement, right? Now, here's something else you need to have too. This kind of fall in place. I kind of led into this. You need to have some type of positive affirmations. That's somewhat kind of tied in with encouragement, right? You need the word affirm, for instance, has the root word called firm. Firm, and something is firm, that means it's kind of sturdy, right? Kind of strong. The strength of your relationships is all the affirmations that you use to one another. If your affirmations are negative, you old big fat, big watermelon head, you start doing stuff like that to people, right? That's why you can't cook nothing, man. Every time you cook something, burn up. What you burning up now in the kitchen, right? You start talking to people like that. It's kind of hard to feel encouraged. It's kind of hard to feel good about you. You didn't mean to burn it up, but you burnt it up again because you need more practice, right? You need some help. Hey, it didn't taste as good. What is burnt as last time, but you're getting better, right? I know that may sound wrong, but that you need to be encouraged. You need positive affirmations. See, when you're not affirmed, that means you're denied. So what happens is a lot of people are in relationships where they're being denied by the person they're in a relationship with. They're being denied, meaning they're being rejected. You see, they're being rejected because here's the reality. If you're not accepted, you are being rejected. And just because somebody chose you, selected you to be in their life, don't mean they accepted you while you're in their life. See, acceptance means to take. AC means to, and accept means to take, right? So it means to take, meaning that you accept people for who they are. A lot of people don't accept each other for who they are. You mess up one more time. You do this one more time. I'm leaving. I'm gone, right? Or you don't make no sense. You don't have, your credit at a 399. You just terrible. You just slowful and reckless. Well, maybe I went through a hard time and I needed some help on learning how to do something with my finances. Maybe that was where I was. Maybe I wasn't as good as you and you had your finances all together since you've been 18. Hey, maybe it didn't happen like that for me. Maybe I made a few mistakes because of my unhealthiness. Maybe I went out there and spent $1,000 on, I don't know, shoes or clothes or purse and everything. So I'm trying to make myself feel good because I've been through some unhealthy stuff and it's damaging my life and I don't know how to fix it. I don't know how to handle it. I don't know where to go to get some help, right? So I kind of had this 2 or 3 years kind of messed up for a while, right? Maybe I slept with a few people I probably shouldn't have slept with, and I got me a little resume of people that I slept with that, because I'm trying to find myself because I've been hurt, right? So now, because people give you this bad advice, hey, you've been hurt by one, find yourself, get on top of somebody else or get under somebody else. That's how you get healed. No, that's how you just get hurt some more and hurt somebody else, right? Well, when you realize that you need to be helped, you need to actually be encouraged, and you need somebody to give you positive affirmations. You need somebody to say some nice things about you. Now, at one point in my life, which is really, really sad, and I'm just sharing my life with me because I won't get mad at me talking about my life, right? I won't start saying, what are you talking about my life for? Right? And we're going to call up to the radio station. But at one point in my life, I would let people say almost anything to me. I don't care how bad it was. I'd be like, whatever, yeah, whatever, right? I was this guy, and I put it in this type of example. I would be the guy to show you how to put on a helmet. So when you get hit upside the head with a skillet, I'll show you what helmets to put on so that you won't be able to hit it, feel the impact of that, and what helmet to put on at night. So if they hit you at night when you sleep, it won't hurt you as bad, right? Not realize, doesn't it just make sense not to be around that, right? But see, sometimes we get in relationships because we had babies by people, or got people pregnant, or we've been with them for 5 years, and don't let us get older. I don't look as fine as I looked when I was 25, you see. So now I better stay with you because I've been with you for 5 years, right? I better stay with you. So now we put ourselves in situations where we accept more abuse, and now people can call us names. They can talk about us, call us those dirty old dogs. Use a lot of profanity on us and call us you this, right? And we just stand there smiling. Hey, they always act like that when they on Friday, right? And we keep accepting it, not realize you are unhealthy and you are in an unhealthy relationship with an unhealthy person. And we don't say, yeah, I need to be in a healthy relationship because all my friends, hey, long as they don't hit me, right? You know what? You can say what you want to say about you. Long as you don't hit me, don't put your hands on me, we still good. but I can call you all type of names, talk about your mama, talk about your daddy, talk about you. I can talk about everything. But long as I don't hit you and we said we still cool, no, 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 no. That's still unhealthy. That's verbal abuse. And then what ends up happening, what we do, we just go from one situation. So now we abused at home. So then we go to work and get abused there. Or we go to work and start abusing other people at work. Because I can't beat you up at home, but I'm gonna beat these people up at work. I'm gonna beat these people up at church. I'm gonna beat these people up at the club I'm in. I'm gonna beat these people up in the grocery store. Why? Because I can't beat you up at home. Because you know what, you real good at it. And so, but I don't realize that I'm becoming more unhealthier, and my health is being taken away. Unhealthy people will take your health away every day of the week, and healthy people will take your hurt away every day of the week. That's why you have to become a healthy person so you can help heal another person as well as heal yourself. When you get good at that, now some of your affirmations a little bit more positive, right? Now you're not, when people are good at rejecting you, it's some people you may know in your life, they probably part of your past or whatever. They could be part of your present. If you say right now, hey, do you want some chicken? The way they are towards you, they will reject you until you know, even though they're hungry. Because it's something with you, they can't be accepting towards you. So, and I shared this with you in one other sessions. Sometimes people want to be treated well. They have to reject you all the time. See, so here's something for you. When you realize people are rejecting you, because rejected people reject people because it's unhealthy. See, we just think, well, hurt people. That's true. Part of being hurt is being rejected. And rejecting people that are rejected as people, they reject people as well. So you have to realize, wait a minute, this person's always rejected me. You know why? Because they're a rejected person. Somebody else is rejecting them. Oh, husband rejecting them, wife rejecting them, girlfriend, boyfriend. Somebody else is rejecting them. That's why they rejected you, right? Because rejected people will reject people. When you are healthy, you accept people knowing that people aren't a problem. People may have problems, but people themselves aren't a problem. People aren't a problem. They just may have some problems. That is two different ways to look at people. But when you are unhealthy, you would say, he the problem. She the problem. I'm so tired of that person. They're a problem. No, they have problems. And what happened is because they're unhealthy, they're causing stress to themselves and stress to the people they're in relationship with. So here's something for you. So all of us need to be cared for, right? And obviously, when we're in a relationship, we want people to care about us, right? But when you're unhealthy, you confuse people having control over you and people caring for you. You would think a person that has control over you, you think they care. You say, yeah, he paying all my bills. Yeah. He said, put my cell phone now. I'm gonna pay your cell phone with my cell phone. Yeah, oh, he's just so nice. Not realize you being controlled. Somebody watching what every call you make. Because they controlling you, right? They control everything you got going on. But you don't know what concern for mean, and you don't know what control over mean because you're unhealthy. You don't know what it looks like. Because you know what? When you get healthy, you know what game recognize game. You understand what I'm saying? You'll realize when you get healthy, you'll know what unhealthy look like because you were once unhealthy. But because you start getting healthy, you know what healthy look like. And you'll know when control step into your life. Where you been? What time you been in? It should only take you 12 minutes, 13 seconds to get there. How come it took you 12 minutes, 14 seconds? So now people got to start identifying every place they go, everywhere they've been, because you are being controlled. You confusing it as being people concerned for you. No. They're just trying to have control over you. And unhealthy people always want to have control over people. Always. Because they're not about being concerned. They're about having control. And when when you're concerned about people, you're caring for them, right? And when you don't care for people, you're going to care less about them. This is how come people can be out to 2:00 in the morning. Folks don't even call and say, you all right, you get hit by a car, what? I mean, you okay? People leave town, go to other states, go to other cities. Husband, wife don't even call. Boyfriend, girl, are you okay? No, you could have been kidnapped. People don't even know you've been kidnapped. You've been gone for 3 days. Where is she? Where is it? Right? Because we don't even that concerned that you out there at 12:00, 1:00, your car might have stopped. The tire might have came off the car. You might have been in a car accident. But you know what? I don't have that much concern. So, hey, I'll find out, I guess, 2 days from now, right? Because we don't know that we're being unhealthy. And when you're not caring for people, you're going to care less about them. And when you care less about them, you're going to be careless with the relationship and you're going to be careless with them. So a lot of people, when we're in an unhealthy relationship, we are careless with the people that we're in a relationship with. Because now we say, because we don't care for them a lot, we're not that concerned with them because we're unhealthy, then guess what we do? I'm so tired of being bothered with them. You know, they're a bother to me. They bother me. So now we feel like we're bothered. This is what happened in unhealthy relationships. Let me just see can I just show you a trend or pattern? I'll hinder people, this unhealthy people. I'm going to hinder you. I'm going to make your life harder, right? I'm going to frustrate you, right? I'm going to discourage you. You're going to be retreating. I'm going to dishearten you, right? I'm not going to affirm you. I'm going to deny you. I'm going to reject you. And I'm definitely going to ignore you. And see, as I'm doing all that, I'm not going to be concerned about you. I'm going to have control over you. I'm going to have control over your money, control over your time, control over your body, control over your mind, control over your heart. That's what I'm going to do because I'm unhealthy, right? And then I'm going to say, you bother me. I mean, the way you chew your food bothers me. How come you have your eyes closed when you sleep? Just bothers me, right? This is what unhealthy people do. And this is what we do when we're in unhealthy relationships. And next thing you know, guess what we're going to start doing? We're going to start keeping score now. I did this 2 times. You only did it once. You did that 8 times to me. I only did it 1 time. How many times you cheat on me? You cheat on me 12 times. I only cheat on you 1 time. See, we start keeping score. Now, I played on a few athletic teams and everything, and I watch a little sports. And this is what I found out about score. The reason why you keep a score is when you're in competition with another person, right? Your team got 5, this team got 2. You're in competition. But if you're on the same team, why are you keeping score if we're on the same team? That means that we are competing with each other, meaning we're not on the same team. We said we're me team trying to be on a we team, and it won't work, right? If you are in a relationship, you are on the same team. But when you're in an unhealthy relationship, you got to keep score. And you know what? People that keep score are sore. You got 2 sore losers in a relationship because they're trying to keep score. Yeah, I pay the biggest bill in the house. Well, I pay 4 bills. Well, all your little bills don't equal my 1 bill. Keeping score. Nobody wins in a relationship by keeping score. Healthy relationships don't keep score. Why? You're on the same team and you're trying to win. But if you keeping score, you are 2 people got the same uniform on, but y'all on different teams. I don't know how that works, but this is what we do. And we do this from one relationship to another. You know why? Because we're unhealthy people. Unhealthy people do unhealthy stuff to create their unhealthy relationships. And then when it's said and done after 3 years, 5 years, 8 years, or whatever it is, then we say, I'm tired of you. I'm going to find me somebody else. And then we walk away from that 3 months later, 6 months later, a year later, find ourselves in another relationship, and we think we in something good now. She treat me better than you. He treat me better than you. He got a job. You didn't have a job, right? So now we think we in something better, but all we are in is something new because you didn't get healthier. So all you did was pick the same person with the same type of person. They have a different face, a different name, a different status. That's it. And you got the same results. And then you 5 years later, you out of that. And you say, you know what? I'm just tired of relationships. No more. Not ever realizing you are an unhealthy person. And it's easy to pick unhealthy people when you're an unhealthy person yourself. Like it's easy to pick healthy people when you're a healthy person yourself. So you have to ask yourself a few questions. How healthy am I? What am I bringing to this relationship? Am I emotionally healthy? If I'm not emotionally healthy, I'm going to bring a unhealthy person that's emotionally an unhealthy mental person. And I'm going to bring that to the relationship. And that person is going to be in the relationship right along with me, right? And here's something for you. When you act your worst, you will bring out the worst in somebody else, right? When you act your best, you can bring out the best in somebody else. See, so being in a healthy relationship starts with you and being able to recognize healthy people when they come into your life. Does that mean that you're trying to find a perfect person? Of course not. There's no perfect person on the planet. But here's what I tell you. There's some healthy people on the planet, right? If you're looking for perfection, you're never going to find it on this thing called Earth, right? But if you're looking for healthy people, first thing, become a healthy person because game recognize game. You'll know what a healthy person look like because you should be able to see your healing in the person that you're with. Don't base it off a job. You can have a job today and not have it tomorrow. Don't base it off money. There's a whole lot of people, they real nice when they got some money and then let them don't have any money. Oh, it's your fault. It's my fault. Yeah, you remember that dollar I gave you? That dollar? Yeah, that cheeseburger I bought you. And since that time, I went broke because of you. Now you starting to get blamed. And that's what unhealthy people do all the time. They do it every day of the week. They don't miss a day, right? But they be, back and forth. I told you that in session 1. Unhealthy people are always back and forth. They love you today and can't stand you tomorrow. Ooh, they love you this week. Can't stand you next week. It's scripture in the Bible. I'm no theologian or anything, but it says a double-minded man is unstable in all his ways. That's her too, right? And this is what I realized. I'm going to apply this to what I'm talking about with unhealthy. Unhealthy people are double-minded. They're unstable in all their ways. That's why they like you today and don't like you tomorrow. That's why they talk to you today, and then you see them tomorrow, they don't have nothing to say. You're like, dog, what I do to you? And you find with them, you always apologize. I'm sorry, because of the fact that they're unhealthy and they're double-minded and they always unstable. And there's no use of getting in a relationship with unstable people emotionally. I don't care, again, how much money they have. I don't care how pretty they are. I don't care how many people they know, how long they've been on their job, how big their house, how big their car. I mean, all that stuff is irrelevant if they emotionally unhealthy. All that stuff is irrelevant if they mentally unhealthy. If they can't bring a healthy person mentally to the relationship, if they can't bring a healthy person emotionally to the relationship, then you are dealing with an unhealthy person that don't mind being unhealthy. And if you get in a relationship with that unhealthy person, trust me, get ready for your unstable ways. Get ready for you bringing out your worst, because they're going to make sure they bring out their worst, because their worst is going to show up as well. Ooh, wow, I said a whole lot. My time is running short. Time running short. So let me promote this person before I close and do the recap. So again, if you want to get promoted on the show, you can get in touch with me at fullerpurposemedia@gmail.com. And we can talk about the possibility of seeing my show fit your show. And if you missed it early in the show, so you can hear me promote this person again. Miss Pamela Denise. And whether you are a first-time home buyer, an investor, looking to build your portfolio, or you're purchasing your dream home, Pamela Denise at Exception Realty is who you need to call. She has 24 years of experience and a team that is ready, willing, and very capable to assist in all of your real estate needs. You will also get a free consultation by mentioning you heard about Miss Pamela Denise on A Greater You show here on IntellectualRadio.com and iHeart Station with the host here, Dr. Anthony L. Gantt. For more information, you can contact Miss Pamela Denise at 773-447-8546. That's 773-447-8546. Or info@keepitmoving.us. That's info@KEEP as in Paul, IT as in Tom, MOV as in Victor, ING as in great.us. So you can go ahead, email her there and get in touch with her, and she can actually help you out with some of the real estate things you may have that you may want to actually accomplish now or in the near future. So let's do a recap, because I said a whole lot. First off, we have to realize that there's some things we need, and you can only give what you have, right? If you don't have it, you can't give it. And if you do have it, you're going to give it a generous amount of it. So it's imperative that you actually get healthy. We all need help. You need help. I need help. Every person, and guess what? Help don't stop because you're in a relationship. You help somebody 2 times in a row, that don't mean that it stops. As long as you're in a relationship, you need to help the person you're in a relationship with. You need to do your part to, remove obstacles out of their way and not frustrate them, right? You want to actually be an aid to them. You want to assist them in becoming healthier, because if they become healthy as a person, then that means that they become better as a person, meaning that you reap the rewards because they became a better and a healthier person, which is wonderful, right? If you thought they were good already and they get healthier, they're going to even be better. Wow. So you benefit because they gotten better. And if you allow them to help you, then you can get better, because when you let people help you, they feel useful to you and they feel useful to the relationship. And when people allow you to help them, you feel useful to them and useful to the relationship as well, and not used because you're the only one giving help and the other person isn't. So you want people to feel useful, and you want to feel useful to the relationship and helping people get healthy. Also, you want to realize that you got to encourage people. You got to give them comfort, right? Because people going through things, they've been through things, right? You have to provide that hope. You got to be full of hope, hopeful, right? If you're not full of hope, then you're going to be hopeless, and you're just going to be taking more hope away from them. They're going to have less hope with you than they had before. We don't want people retreating. We want them advancing. And if you're encouraging people, they should advance as being healthier people and advance at different areas of their life as well. They trying to lose weight because you with them. They should lose the 5 pounds they're trying to do because you are helping them advance in that area what they're trying to accomplish. Now you're not trying to help people. They got a drug problem. You say, well, I got some more. Here's another couple of pounds of drugs for you. No, that's not helping people. Hey, you got an alcohol problem. Here's another fifth. No, that's not helping people. We don't help people do wrong or do bad. We want to help people do better or do good. Also, you want to affirm. You want to say nice things to people. Positive affirmations, things like compliment people. I know you've been with them 5, 10 years. They can still be fine to you. They can still be beautiful. They can still look pretty. They don't have to go out on a dinner date to look pretty. They can still look pretty even they walk around there and in their regular clothes, right? Now, they may look prettier when they put on some better clothes, but you can be nicer to people. You can compliment people. That's part of being giving positive affirmation. Yeah, you can have pet names. Just don't be calling nobody no animals, though, right? Don't be saying, you might have to say, hey, my little teddy bear, right? Yeah, that might be teddy bear, but don't be calling nobody you big, you look like a big old elephant. No. That's not a positive affirmation, right? So you want to give positive affirmation to people, right? You want to accept people for who they are, not reject people for what they've done or what maybe who they are at the present, right? You want to accept them if they're part of your life, as well as caring for people because everybody needs love, right? And when you care for people, you're demonstrating the love that you have for people. So you care for people because you don't want people to feel like they being a bother to you, right? Because they've already done that many times through life before they met you. You want to make sure people let them know that I don't feel bothered like you bothering me because I want you to be healthier because this is your special person. Your relationship with this person. This your husband, wife, boyfriend, girlfriend, fiance, or whatever, right? This is the person that's with you. So those are some things that we want to do. So we said a whole lot. And so before I close, keep this in mind that great people like you have been born great. By working on yourself, you become a greater you. And I'll see you next time. Hi, Facebook.